I lifted myself out of bed in the darkness. Some noise jerked me out of the embrace of sleep. I reached over to the nightstand to unwrap the alarm clock. The numbers on it glowed dimly. 3 a.m. I groaned. I was supposed to be sleeping sweetly now. Forgetting what I'd woken up for, I turned my back to the wall and made myself comfortable in bed as the sound came again. The muffled slapping of footsteps in the attic, right above me, loud and deliberate. As if someone was walking through the attic and wanted to make their presence known. I jump out of bed, my heart pounding frantically. Someone's in my house. Footsteps fell silent above my closet. I stood in the middle of the dark room. The light from the clock illuminated only the nightstand on which it stood. I slowly left the room and walked down the hallway to the closet, from which I pulled out an old bat. I walked out into the hallway again and looked up at the stairs leading to the attic. Whoever my intruder was, he couldn't get away from me. I held my breath, listening for sounds. Nothing. I walked slowly toward the stairs. There was a light on in the attic. I couldn't remember if I had gone up to the attic today. Maybe I had left the light on myself. Quietly as I could, I climbed the ladder and peered into the cramped attic to make sure no one was there. Just old junk. I breathed a sigh of relief. I must have been dreaming. When you're alone in the dark, you often dream about all sorts of sounds. I grinned, turned off the light, and went back to sleep. As soon as I closed my eyes, the sound repeated. Just as loud as before, but this time closer to the center of the room. I jumped up, more out of anger than fear, and rushed up the stairs with the bat in my hands. With a sprawling swing of my foot, I knocked over boxes in the attic, kicked a pile of old clothes. Nothing. Walking down the stairs, I massaged my temples. Too much stress at work. Probably best to take tomorrow off. As I approached the door to my room, I felt strange. Fear gripped me. I stopped, reached for the doorknob, but immediately recoiled. I'm being stupid. I should get some sleep, and I'd feel better. Rubbing the bridge of my nose, I turned the light to nightlight mode and got into bed. I abruptly lifted my head off the pillow and opened my eyes, looking up at the ceiling. Now, with the light on, I could see him. Its body seemed a mockery of the human form. It was bent and twisted, its head turned at an unnatural angle, empty holes where its eyes had been. Before my eyes, it slapped its palm on the ceiling and reached for me. I let out a panicked laugh as it smashed the light bulb on the ceiling. The only source of light, plunging the room into darkness. I hadn't lost my mind. How was I supposed to know? It's in my room. It was walking on the ceiling,